Anybody any doubts? Sir, please clarify what kind purpose to use classes interface and also abstract class. So abstraction is the reason why we have interfaces and abstract classes in Java. They both have a very unique property called as abstract functions. So when you want to make a mandate, or when you want to make sure that something must know how to do ABC, then in that situation, you will want to use interface or a abstract class. For example, if let's say you are creating a vehicle, then that vehicle, no matter of what type, it must always know how to move forward, how to move back, how to move left, how to move right, whether it's a rocket or whether it's a cycle, right? So just like that, you can create an abstract class vehicle and create whatever children you create of that class or vehicle, whatever type of vehicle you create. You can always ask these classes to have the function of start, stop, left, right, something like that. So that is where we will use abstract classes or interfaces. If your abstract class does not have any non-abstract members and does not have any data members, you can convert it into an interface also. I would really prefer if you can unmute yourself so that we can talk rather than writing the questions on the chat box.
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello.
Sir, I get confused in the singleton. That topic is a singleton. That I am confused. That you can clear my.
Okay. So singleton is basically a type of class. I mean, singleton is a design pattern actually, which means that at any point in time, only one object of that class can exist. That is what it means. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That is what it means. A singleton is a class whose only one object can exist at one point in time. That is the meaning of singleton. Let me show it to you. Let's say I create a class called as my singleton. Okay, this is why. So I want to make this class a singleton class. So what I will do is I will write.
So that coding we can't see that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was trying to code and I did not share my screen. Thanks for pointing that out. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
So this code I've written right now. So this is a singleton class. Now, if I create a different class and if I write main function So I create first object. And if I write a second object, M2, then you will see that they both are pointing towards the same location. You will see it will say true. Oh, why does it say false? Uh, yeah, I know it's always true. Then why is it saying false? M1 equals to M2. Oh, I'm running a different file, I guess. Oh, that's strange. 1 second, let me check it. Oh, I think I know the mistake. I know my problem. Now it's the same. So this is an example of a singleton class. At any point in time, there's going to be only one object of this class.
Thanks, sir.
No problem.
प्रेडिकेट फंक्शन क्या होता है वो मेरे को नहीं समझ में आया।
Predicate function.
यस
Okay. For those who do not speak in Hindi, Prince was asking what is a predicate function in Java. Okay, so Prince, is English okay for you, or you want me to explain it to you in Hindi? I can do that.
नो सर बोथ ओके सर आई
Both are
कैन
okay. Okay, fine. So let's look at the predicate function. So predicate, first of all, is a functional interface in Java. That means it can be written as a lambda. It can be written as a lambda as well. So let's try to understand this functional interface. It is a generic interface. It takes a type T as a parameterized type, and it has a only one function called as test, whose return type is Boolean. So in short, what predicate does is that if you give it something, let's say you give predicate information of a user, okay, and you want to see whether this user can vote or not, then you can say if the user dot age is greater than 18, then they can vote, right? Can we say that, Prince?
यस सर
If the user dot age is greater than equal to 18, then they can vote. If lower than equal to 18, if lower than 18, then they cannot vote. Right? Simple logic. So that is how we use the predicate function. So we give it something. Let's say I write predicate of, let's say, string. Predicate of string. Predicate is equals to whatever string I'll pass str. Whatever string I'll pass, I want to see whether the string is dot length is greater than 10. Suppose on. So here what I'm doing is I'm taking a predicate of type string and I am checking if the string's length is greater than equal to 10 or not. Now let's say I create a string my string, hello, I am. Something like this. Okay, then I can say predicate dot test my string. Then what will this? Please do not draw on my screen. Okay, so I've written str.length greater than equal to 10. Are you able to understand what I've written?
यस सर
Okay, so for any string, I can always write a test function and I can see whether this value is greater than 10 or not. That is what I can do, correct? So if I print this, what should it print? True or false? It should print true. Clear?
We can use without lambda function also, sir.
Yeah, we can use without lambda functions also, but we can use without lambda functions also if we had to write code straightforward. But sometimes we want to pass a predicate function where we want some logic to happen. For example, the filter operation of the streams. So that takes a predicate for with the help of which you have to filter out something from a collection. If you want to make this work without a lambda function, you have to create a class that implements this predicate interface, and then you have to create an object of that class and then call the test function. But why to do it when it is a function interface and we can make use of lambda?
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I'm audible.
Yes.
Sir, in Java, why we can't create object for abstract classes?
Sorry, why we cannot create object?
Object for abstract classes.
That's how Java is. So you cannot create an object of an abstract class. You have to create a child of that abstract class and create an object like that. Java does not allow creation of object of an abstract class. Any more questions?
Sir, in stream API that we are using, that collector, that concept you can clarify.
Can you repeat your question?
In stream, you are using that contract. Sorry.
Collectors.collect.
Yes, sir.
So it is so when you write dot collect, it is a terminating operation of your stream. So you can have an option. You have an option of collecting all the elements in your stream and converting it into a collection. That's where you use collectors.collect or stream.collect. So if you have, let's say, stream of integers and you want to make a list out of it, then you can use dot collect, and then inside it you can write collectors.toList.
Okay, sir. When we are using that collector, in that time we are using making one new array list. On that time, what we can do?
So yeah, you are indeed making a new array, right? So for example, let's say you have a list of integers. Okay, so you have a list of numbers, right? So you can, let's say, filter out only even numbers. So here you have filtered it and now you are putting it into a list. So you can say a list of integer even numbers. So here you see this filter call, it takes a predicate, which is what we studied above.
Yes, sir.
So collector will basically collect everything that is in the stream and then put it in this variable, return it.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Hello, sir.
Did you say yes or no? I didn't catch that.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
So, I'm talking about the application context in
Hmm.
the so
In
uh,
Spring.
yeah.
Hmm.
So in Spring, in application context, it allows us to internationalization for internationalization.
Hmm.
What is it? Can you please explain with an example? I couldn't figure out.
You want to understand what is internationalization?
Yes.
Internationalization or INTL is basically a technique that is used for front-end engineering, a little bit in back-end engineering, where you want to present your data in an international format according to where people are living. For example, in India, if you have to show this number, let's say one, how will you show this number? It is 1 lakh. So you will show it like this,
Yes, sir.
right? So this is 1 lakh
Hmm.
in India. But if you have to do this in USA, you'll say
100,000.
yeah, so this is equal to 100,000. So using internationalization, we do these kind of things. You translate error messages, you translate responses, you translate websites. That's what happens in internationalization. You also take care of time zones and local time, etc.
Okay,
That
sir.
is that is the main funda of internationalization.
Oh,
So please explain internal working of HashMap.
That's okay. It will take a long time, but okay, I can explain. Internal working of a hash map. One second. So do you know what is a hash map? It's a key value pair, correct?
Yes.
Do you know what is hashing?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So there is a class in Java called as object. This class is the parent of all the classes of Java, whether created by you or already present in Java. By default, the object class is the parent of all classes in Java. And this class has a function. This class has a function called as hash code. This has a function called as hash code. So now hash code can convert any object to hash. Now, what is hash? Hash is equal to integer value. Okay, so hash map depends on the logic of hashing, and and what is hashing? Hashing makes use of the technology of hash code, which can convert any object to a hash, which means any integer value. Okay, are you able to understand this much at least? Are you able
Yes.
to understand this much? That there is something called as hash code?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now we know that a hash map is a key value pair. So let's create our own key. So your key has to be a class and value also has to be a class. So I can maybe name it as my key for better understanding, my key. Okay. Now let's say I create something like string key. Then I create a constructor. Then I override the hash map. Oh, sorry. Then I write equals and hash code functions. Okay, now look at this equals and hash code function. So what I want to do in hash code, I want to write int this dot key dot char at 0. What am I trying to do over here? I am trying to tell Java how to convert this value into a hash code by overriding that function. Are you able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
So what am I doing over here? Whatever is the key I have, I'm taking the ASCII value of the first character to understand what is the hash code. So ASCII value is what? Integer only, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying to get the first character of this key to understand what is going to be my hash code. Okay, so I'll also have to override the equals. So how do I understand if two values of two my keys are equal? If this is equal, if two objects of this class have same value for this, then we can say they both are equal. Not clear.
So please explain once again.
If I'm saying that if let's say you have two objects of this class, my key,
Yes.
object my key A and my key B, right? And my A dot key is also equal to test and B dot key is also equal to test. Then we can say that A is equal to B,
Yes.
right? So same thing we'll do over here. So I will write return this dot key dot equals O dot key. 1 second. One second. I think I'm making one small mistake. Is this making sense? The same thing I'm doing, converting the key value and saying they both are equal or not. Clear or not clear, this part?
Yes, sir.
Clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move ahead. Okay, so now let's say I write something like this. So when I create a hash map in a different class, demo, what happened to this? Is there already a demo class somewhere? Oh yes, remove it. Okay, now here, if I create a hash map of type my key and value as let's say string or age, integer, map is equals to new hash map. The moment I do this, what Java will do is that Java will create something that looks like an array of size 16. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes.
The moment I do this, Java will create something like this inside the memory whose size is going to be 16 by default. Okay, this is what is going to happen. So now when you create or when you let's say try to add a new value, map.put, and let's say you add a value as new my key and you add a value Vishal and let's say you add age like 20, then what is going to happen? So look at this. So Vishal, so my key, this is the object, this is the key that we have created.
Yes.
So what internally HashMap will do is that it will find the hash code of this. So for calculating the hash code, it will come here. Yes or no? It will come here because it will go to the mykey.hashcode function to get the hash code. So when it comes here, it will find that the hash code is equal to 118 because hash code of capital V is equal to 118. Sorry, lowercase v is equal to 118. It is equal to 118. Okay. So now we know that hash code is this. Okay. But what are these boxes that we have created? Is this an array? In reality, yes, but also no. Okay. So what are these things called? So each of these things is called a bucket. Each of these things is called a bucket. What is it called? A bucket. Okay. And what is a bucket? A bucket is a A bucket is a linked list of nodes. And the node looks like this. I can write it over here, class node. The node looks like this. So it looks like class node. And then inside it, you will see 3 to 4 things. It contains int hash. It contains your key, k key. It contains v value. And it contains node next. This is how your node looks like. So now you know that a bucket is what? It is a linked list of nodes. So do you see the behavior of linked list over here by looking at this? Or do you understand linked list? That should be my first question. Do you understand linked list?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you see that this is like a linked list? Because of this part, line number 40.
Yes.
Okay, so what is a bucket? A bucket is a linked list of nodes, right? A bucket is a linked list of node. Now we have this hash code as 118. So now in order to place this, we have to find a node inside this. Okay, now first of all, to find a node, we have to understand under which bucket it will go. So there are so many, 16 buckets are there, right? There are 16 buckets. Let me write it for you. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say 10. So 0, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Correct? This from here, assume it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So there are 16 buckets that you have. Index is 0 to 15. Okay. So on the basis of this value, you will understand under which bucket it will go. Okay. On the basis of this hash value, you will understand under which bucket it will go. So the calculation is something like this. This is a formula. So what is the hash code? Hash code is equal to 118. Then there is a bitwise AND with n minus 1. So what is n? N is equal to 16. So if you do a bitwise AND of 118 and 15, you will get a value which is equal to something. Now what is this value? I think as far as I know, it should be equal to, I guess, 6. It is going to be equal to 6. That means this information will be going into node number 6. That means somewhere over here.
How to find 6, sir?
Look at this function. This is the logic. Hash code of your key, logical and, sorry, bitwise and with n minus 1, where n is the capacity of your buckets or the number of buckets you have. So n is equal to 16. So n minus 1 is equal to 15. Logical bitwise and with 118. So 118 and percent 15 is equal to 6. So it will go into the bucket number 6 over here. Are you understanding what I said?
Okay.
So this is a formula, internal formula. We don't create it.
6 means 118 divided by 15, like?
This is logical, this is bitwise and operation. You have studied, right? 1 and 1 is equals to 1.
Okay.
Semiconductors, if you remember, logic gates,
Yes.
1 and 0 is equals to 0. 0 and 0 is equals to 0, like that. You must have studied this in school or college.
Okay.
This is called logical AND, not divide. It is not division. So 118 ampersand 15 is equal to 6. So it will go into bucket number 6 over here. So over here, you will see a node, because what is a bucket? A bucket is a linked list of nodes, right? So bucket number 6 will start to look like this. Bucket number 6, it will have a value like this. It will have one node inside which we have hash as 118. Then key is whatever key we have passed, that is this thing. I'll copy it. This is my key. Okay. And then my value is 20. And then the node next is equal to null. So it will start to look like this technically. In bucket number 6, we have a linked list which has 118 as hash, key is equal to Vishal, and value is equal to 20, and then there is no next node. So it will look like this. Are you understanding what I'm doing? This is how bucket number 6 will look. Are you understanding what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's say you want to add a new value. You added map.put new key Sachin, and let's say the value is equal to 30. Then what will happen? So what is the hash of Sachin? The hash of Sachin is 115. Okay, so then again we will have to follow this formula. So 115 ampersand 15 is equal to 3. So now in bucket number 3, it will look like this. 115 Sachin, comma 30 with no node after this. This is how it's going to look. Now let's say you want to add a third node, map.put new my key, and you add Vaibhav equal to 40. Now, again, the hash code will be 118 because the logic of hash code is first character is ASCII. So this is also Vishal, and first character is V, and this is Vaibhav, and the first character is again V. So hash code will become same. Are you understanding this much? Why hash code became same?
Yes, sir. First
You're-
letter same.
Yes, you're able to understand, right? So now again we have hash code is equals to same. So if we do 118 ampersand 15, again we will get the value of 6. So now 6 bucket is not empty. It has some value. So this is called as hash collision because because two entries have the same hash. So it is called as hash collision.
Yes, yes.
It is called as hash collision. Now what will happen? This is not free. This bucket is not empty. Then what to do? So now this function will come into picture, equals. Now this function will do the logic. Now, the moment you understand it's bucket number 6, then you will come to the 6th bucket and you see it is not empty. But you have to add it bucket number 6 only. So what you will do is that you will check for your key. So in this case, your key is Vaibhav, and in this case, your key is Vishal. You will see, are they same? Using the equals function. You will check, are they same? If your answer is yes, let's assume if your answer is yes, then what it will do is that it will replace this key with this one. If the answer was yes, if they both were equal. If they both were equal. For example, if I was adding Vishal only, Vishal. Okay, then what it would have done is that if the key was the same, then what it would have done is that it would have replaced the value with the value whatever you're trying to enter over here. But in this case, the key is not the same. Then what it will do is that it will go and check first because it is not the same. It will go and append a new node in the linked list by looking at it something like this. And this is how an HashMap will work. So now when you try to fetch a value of Vaibhav over here, whenever you try to fetch Vaibhav, it will find the hash, it will see 118, it will try to see which bucket it is in 6 number bucket, then it will do a linear search on all the nodes to see which one is Vaibhav. Then first it will come to this node, it says, okay, this is not Vaibhav, then it will go to the next node, okay, this is Vaibhav, then it will return the value 40. This is how hash maps work internally.
This is the ASCII value right now.
Which one?
Vishal ASCII value 118.
That is the ASCII value of V.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So explain concurrent HashMap with the
Concurrent hash map is the same, but it follows concurrency principles. That means it is thread safe. So it uses the synchronized keyword, synchronization safe. That is what it is. Concurrent hash map is also a hash map, but thread safe. That's it. Any
Sir,
more questions? Yes.
how does hash tree works internally?
Hash
And
tree.
what is the difference between linked hash map and hash map?
There is nothing called as hash tree, by the way. There's nothing like a hash tree. So I'm not sure what you're trying to talk about with a hash tree. I can tell you what is the difference between a linked hash map and a hash map.
Okay.
So let's try to tell you what is a linked hash map and a hash map. So you already know what is a hash map. In a linked hash map, this much activity does not happen. So it does not follow the hashing principle. A linked hash map does not follow the hashing principle. What it does is it just stores the key and values in the same order as your entry. So in this case, you can see that because in bucket number 3, Sachin is there, and in bucket number 6, Vishal and Vaibhav are there. So when I print this map, you will see that Sachin will be printed first. Oh, sorry, I need to have a toString. See, Sachin gets printed first, right? So here, even though I entered Sachin in the second number, but it is printing first. So the order of insertion is not maintained in a hash map, but in a linked hash map, the order of insertion is maintained. But the time complexity of fetching an element in a hash map is faster than it is in a linked hash map. In a linked hash map, the time complexity of fetching an element is O of n, but in a hash map, it is O of 1. Any more questions? We have 10 minutes last.
Sir,
Hmm?
actually, I was asking hash table.
Hash table. Okay. So you want to understand the difference between hash table and hash map, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try to look. Hash table, this one. This one, right? So what is a hash table? First of all, hash table is synchronized. It has multi-threaded support. Okay. Hash table is technically everything that HashMap can do, but synchronized. That is one thing. Second thing that in hash tables, okay, now 1 second. The only difference is 1 second. Let me try to write it for you in a way that will help you. first of all, HashMap is not thread safe. HashTable is thread safe. Okay, then it is faster because not thread safe, slower.
Sir, I have doubt what is actual means of thread, sir.
For that, you need to know multithreading. Do you know multithreading?
No, sir, I have doubt in thread, sir. Oh,
Yeah, so if you don't know multithreading, it will become difficult to explain thread safety.
can you
You-
explain shortcut, sir?
It will take a lot of time. Multithreading is one of the most difficult topics to understand. I think in 7 minutes we'll not be able to cover multithreading.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I think that's it basically. This is the difference. Nobody uses HashTable now, actually. Any more questions, anyone? I am not sure about that. Is it possible to map another key, new key, Vivek 10? Uh, I'm not able to understand your question, Mr. TSN. The other one, which is about keys.
Sorry, this is illustrated. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions? We have 2 minutes.
Sir, while doing this week's uh, quiz, there was a question about the in the beans. So, during which of the annotations are used for beans? There were options component beans.
Hmm.
I gave beans. Why
Hmm.
it is
Incorrect.
incorrect? So
Yeah.
it was showing component. Why
Yeah,
is that?
that's so it's a Springboard logic. So component is used for creating beans. Bean is used for telling how to create a bean.
Oh,
Yeah, bean is used on a function that tells how to create a bean of a certain type. So the real answer is component. That is what is used to make a bean.
component is for making the bean, and bean is for specifying which type of bean it is.
No, bean is to tell how to make a bean.
Okay.
For example, you want a bean of type A. Then on class A, you will write component. But how to make A? For that, you will have to use bean.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any more questions? We have last 1 minute. Okay. If there are no more questions, then I can take a hard stop here. Thank you everybody for joining the class. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.